All right, we're back at Michael Jason's son and with Tony, and we've got the Territory build. Now today we're going to get stuck into it and get some of those bits on the engine.
I think so. We'll start doing some stuff to the motor. I've already done a bit of work to it.
All right, let's get into it.
This is a 07 model.
Okay.
It's actually an SR.
Yep.
Yeah, my wife's going to drive this daily.
Have you actually told her what you're doing to her car?
I rang up the local wreckers and got a $300 gas engine.
So for those you don't know,
green
that's
top.
a green top. That means you're going to send it.
We are going to send it, yes.
So Tony, it looks like you've been up to, well, a little bit of work since I was last here.
Yeah, I have done some work.
Well,
There's the green top. I have done valve springs and head studs, all supplied by Speed Pro. Then I put an atomic timing chain kit on it and the crank sprocket. And I also put some oil pump gears in it and a backing plate.
now these are quite common modifications, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Barra
So
engines.
that's why I thought maybe I'll just get them done, get it out the way so we can sort of get into the juicy stuff.
Easy to do when the engine's out of the car, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite simple.
These valve springs are a little bit time consuming, aren't they?
Yeah, take a bit of time. There's 24 of them, so...
Yeah. Hey, on top of that, I notice it's looking a touch bit cleaner than the last time I saw it.
Yeah, well, what I did, I put some Welsh plugs in it on both sides, and then I painted the block, and I actually even painted the head in cast iron.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, something a bit different.
Yeah, you don't see that all the time.
No, I just put a gasket on each side with a bolt, and then...
It still looks very OE, the cast iron colour,
that's
doesn't
right.
it?
It makes it just look cleaner, you know?
Yeah. All right, so what are we going to do on the engine today?
All right, so today what I want to do is put the front timing cover on. The sump we can't put on until we pull the motor out of the Territory because we need the pickup for it. Because the pickup that came with the... what I did, I bought a spare Territory sump so I could get it all ready and weld the drain fitting on it and paint it all up. But the pickup that came with it was pretty disgusting. I'll go grab it.
Yeah, that looks like it's...
So this is not off this
days.
engine, but it's just from the wreckers. That's the pickup
So this was the pickup that came on the spare sump?
Yes, correct.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, it's good for another 100,000 Ks. And this sump, this is different for the all-wheel drive Territories.
Yeah.
This is actually damaged. So the one on my car is good.
I see you've put the drain.
Yeah, so that's all done, and then I've painted the sump in cast iron.
It's come up nice.
Yeah, it's come up all right. Yeah, like I said before, we're going to use our main sump off the one in the Territory and the pickup, and then we can put it on. So I usually like to just put just a dab of sealer around the outside of the seal. And a nice bead. So we've got the bottom half of the manifold here. Alright, so we're going to put the manifold on now. Nice piece to the puzzle.
So that's an NA bottom end with the Plasma Man plenum?
Correct. Jamie from Full Flight welded up one of the sides for us because we pulled it all apart.
We've stopped on the engine stuff for a while. What are we going to do? Some chassis work, yeah?
Yeah, so we're going to take the car up now. We'll pull all the rear out of the car. We're going to put a true track in the diff. And then all the Super Pro bushes that we've got, we're going to just go through the rear of the car, and we've also got some front arms that are all Super Pro. So pretty much the car will be nice and sturdy, and it'll handle nice as well down the track. So.
Nice looking bin there, mate.
Oh mate, you pay your rates and you get to use the bin the right way. Put it to good use. Nah, I made up a board for it, and it's really convenient when you do this because it's the right size, the lower arms can hang, and we've got a bench, but I don't know, I really enjoy and prefer using the
You
bin.
prefer using the old bin
Yeah, does the job.
as your workbench.
Yeah, we'll probably get slammed for it, but it's funny. It does the job.
Whatever works.
That's it.
Now looking at this, Tony, you can see why these flog out, don't you?
Yeah, well, that's worn all along there. Once we get it all out, we can show everyone.
Yeah, they're pretty basic in design.
And this is just a standard car. This has never been out of the car. You can tell.
Obviously a car, it's not like it's driven hard.
No, it's all-wheel drive. It's been babied around all its life till now, really.
Yeah. All right, Tony, do you want to point out which bushes we are replacing?
Yeah, so...
It's a bit easier now that this is out of the car.
Yeah, it's a lot easier, actually. So this whole bush, so we're going to take the diff out and all the arms off. We're going to change this bush, the rear diff bush, which is all broken and cracked along the edges here and around here. These bump stops will put some nice Super Pro ones in. They've seen better days.
Yeah.
These front toe arms, that bush in there. So we're going to take this whole arm off, take it to the press out that bush, press out this like a Roseanne ball joint type bush. Change that one, the other side the same. These front diff bushes, we're also going to change these ones here.
So you're replacing every bush really in the rear end?
Almost, not every bush, but most bushes, yeah. Then also the diff we'll take out. We're going to put some new bearings, retain the same gears, and probably put a true track in it.
Yeah.
Most likely. Well, 100%, yeah, put a true track in it. It's out, so why not?
Tony, we're also going to replace these ones?
Yes, we are. The blade arms, I'll go grab the new ones and we'll see the difference.
Yeah.
So the whole arm comes complete, even marked left and right.
It's
nice. It's pretty easy to figure out which way they go, but you know.
Geez, it's a bit nicer than the one we just pulled out.
Oh yeah, let's go have a look, let's compare. This is the Super Pro heavy duty
Super
bush.
Pro supply the complete arm,
yeah,
not just the bush. You don't have to sit there and worrying about trying to press it in yourself at home or.
And like you can see the difference. This, I actually can't even move it.
Yeah.
Like that's how solid it is. Whereas this one, like just no effort at all. It's actually broken everywhere. That is all cracked. Over there is all cracked on this side. And this is just with my hand, so don't worry about this. This is how they are factory. But with the weight of the car and going over a bump, this will change the way the car feels over a bump so much, like so easily. And once we put this in, it'll just control, like ride control over the bump, you know what I mean? The car won't bump steer everywhere. And it's actually a really nice drive. I can't wait to drive it when it's all done, to be honest. I will race this car, but my wife's gonna drive it daily on the street. So I don't want there to be anything mechanically wrong with the car with my wife and kids in it. So that's why you got to sort of go over the whole car, whether your wife drives it, you drive it, whether you're racing or just street driving or whatever you may be doing, it's always safe to have a safe car. Yep. You know what I mean? So, and this is the right thing to do.
It's gone camera shy.
I know, what's wrong with it, mate? There we go, bit of colour. Just to go back off Ford's settings and then we'll do our own wheel alignment adjustments when we're ready.
Tell us a bit about the diff in the Territory. Which one is it in the Ford range, I guess? So
this one here that's in the car is pretty much, it's an M86 and this is an M80. This comes out in the naturally aspirated cars. This comes out in like a turbo, an FG GT, like the supercharged version, XR6 turbo, F6 Typhoon. So, and the way to tell the difference is if you come have a look over here, see how this is so big on the M86?
Yeah.
Whereas this here, see it's so small and it's got that little casting mark there. That's the M80. So it's a smaller diff.
Yeah, that doesn't have that little front mark.
No, and this part here.
Much bigger.
See there?
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger. So this one here is adjustable. You can adjust it. So it's always good to undo the nut, not the bolt side, because then you can cause a bit of problems. Let's go press some bushes in and out. We'll just give you a bit of an overview of these bushes. You can grab this bush here, forget about the rubber that I just destroyed now, but have a look at that. See that? That's pretty well gone.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, this is what I was talking about in the last episode. On the freeway, like if you're driving and say there's like you sort of turn a bit or move the steering wheel just slightly, you'll feel the whole rear of the car move, and that's these. And obviously this one here as well. That's this arm, the front inner and outer toe arm bushes. People overlook that, and then you grab the new one, mate, you can't even move it. No matter how hard I try with my hands, You know what I mean? It's not going anywhere. And there's a way to press these in. There's the tapered side, and this side's just square, so that goes in first. So I've had a look at the arm. No cracks, it's pretty good, giving it a decent clean as best as we can. A bit of surface rust here and there, but it's okay, so we'll be right.
Bang the new bush in?
Yeah, put some lube on it, lube it right up. SuperPro actually supply you with this.
Supply you with
WP
lube.
grease.
It's super lube.
Super lube. This side here is a side that you start pressing in with. That way it just guides it right in.
So this is the other end of that same arm?
Yeah, that's right. So this side sits on the inner cradle. You can see like the difference in the bushes and how heavy duty this one is compared to this one. I was just waiting on the gasket kit to come. I had forgotten to order it, so we're just going to put new rock cover gasket on it, some new spark plug seals, new cam timing seals, or VCT seals.
I don't reckon there'd be too many people who went and got like their rocker cover powder coated in the dark green. It's not the most attractive
No, it's not.
colour, is it?
It seems to be a very popular engine though. So what we're doing here, I've got a FG rock cover with the NA coil cover. I just think they look a lot nicer and neater.
Yeah, everyone wants that one.
Yeah. We're going to convert the wiring loom, which we'll do later on down the track. So we do a lot with Bursons here in Brunswick, but we also have a really good friend in Ravenhall. They supplied us with FG coil packs and a spring kit to lower the car.
Where are we up to, mate?
So I've pre-gapped or checked all the spark plug gapping and actually pre-gapped them to where usually we'd like to have them. And our set of 6 were actually a bit out from factory, so it's good to always check these.
Yeah. To be honest, it's something I never ever checked.
Yeah, no, it's always really good to check. Sometimes you can chase your tail on the dyno, especially with like turbo applications, and all it can be is just the gap in between here. So we usually just get our filler gauge, always check them, and then you can either open them or close the gap with our tap them, and then just check it with the filler gauge.
Yeah.
We've got some FG coil packs from Bursons in Ravenhall.
Are BA coils different to FG?
Yes, so BF on the inside of the coil cover, there's like a little grommet that holds them down.
Yep.
And on the FG, they made them bolt down, which I think is a lot better.
Yeah.
So you don't have any spark issues or, you know, vibrations from when you're driving and lift the coil. Or
Tony, the old green top isn't looking very green.
Nah, we've gone.
I got a sticker for you.
That's what we're doing, really.
But I think the engine's not really.
We're gonna send it.
No, I don't think that sticker should go on this engine. It looks too nice now.
Well, yeah, this was a green top, as you all would have seen before, and
well, it still technically is. It's just a different colour.
pretty much, yeah. Ryan from Race Coating has done a nice job here. So it's funny what a bit of colour can do and how nice things can look. So I'm very happy at the moment. Can't wait to get it in.
Now I can see why you're using a garbage bin.
It's the best.
Easy access.
I've got room here for the tools. The sides just hang like it's just perfect. I think.
You've just pulled out the shafts.
Yeah, so the shafts are out on both sides. We've got a couple bolts and now the diff's about to come out. And then we'll go over and start stripping the front. All right, so diff's ready. And here we have it.
So we got a bit of slack there.
Yeah, so this is, as I said before, just a daily driven car with no horsepower at the moment. And look at that. This is just, there's no load here, you know what I mean?
No.
Like it's just one finger. So I'm not actually pressing hard. So that's broken. The front ones also have a bit of wear. And yeah, we're gonna put some heavy duty SuperPro bushes in this.
Some nice Ford factory oil leaks there, buddy.
Yeah, there are a few here, but luckily this motor's coming out. That's all engine oil on top of that diff.
Yeah.
I actually parked the car in my mum's driveway and she goes, for a mechanic, it's pretty sad your car leaked oil on the floor. I'm like, well, luckily the motor's coming out, so.
Compare the pair, Tony.
Yeah, compare the pair, all right, bit of a difference. So that one's pretty worn, which is quite common. And this one in here is also pretty worn out. And you can see the difference in the SuperPro ones, like these cars are gonna drive really nice. And we've also got to replace the ball joint that goes in here, which is on the hub. So we've got to pull the whole hub off now.
So you're not only doing the bushes, you're gonna
Yeah, so
you're gonna slam it.
I am going to slam it, probably about an inch.
An inch.
The boys at Burson's Ravenhall supplied us with some springs, front and rear. They're about 25 to 30 mil. So it'll lower it a little bit.
Not too low.
Yeah, not too low, but it'll be nice low, you know. I think with all the stuff that we're doing with, you know, the Super Pro suspension kit, all the bushes, these, like the car's just going to drive really nice.
Yeah, yeah.
And the best part about it all, apart from it being a little bit low, or lower than factory, it's going to look 100% stock. The way it is there,
Yeah, it will.
with these wheels, that's the way it's going to look. But it just won't sound it.
All right, so I'll leave you here with the suspension. Now, the next time we film, you'll probably have a bunch of this stuff installed.
That's the plan. Things don't always go to plan, but I'm pretty sure it will. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, we'll get all the rear end in.
And then we'll get stuck into bolting the hot side.
Yeah, hopefully the hot side will arrive and we can start sorting all that out. All the we'll do the oil lines, the water lines, all in speed flow fittings, which I've already got most of the stuff here, thanks to the boys at Speed Pro. And yeah, and then hopefully look at getting it into the car and making some boost.
Don't forget to order your track merchandise. We've got an awesome new 25 years of full boost. Yes, that's right, 25 years we've been doing this. Old school boost gauge. We've got these in t-shirts and hoodies, so get on it at shop.fullboost.com.au.
There you go, mate.
Yeah, I'm just sorry, can you put that back? Sorry.
Huh?
I should have told you. Can you put that back up for a sec? Sorry.
It's all right, mate.
All right, now pull it off.
Huh?
Now, you're right, now pull it off, yeah.
Oh, look at that colour there, mate, on the top
Yeah,
one.
because I wasn't recording.
It's amazing how things like that happen.